And here we are with Forever Football Show in our second season with great news this week. The Sounders finally getting a win at home. Great news. Good news in Italy as well for our friend Filippo.
As usually now.
So Filippo and Arian are happy. I'm not too happy because Corinthians didn't win, but who knows? There are rumors that we're going to hire Zidorf, and that alone is good news for the entire year. But let's start with the Sounders then. Great game. Well,
Yeah.
not necessarily great game, but great result
great
and the
result.
points.
Definitely. So 2-1 win. Finally, got a notch in the win column for the Sounders. I wouldn't say that they deserved it more this game than any other game, but probably they played better in the past and not gotten a result than this game and getting a result. So
Good roller coaster. It started with a goal in the beginning. We
yeah,
thought, okay,
like
great,
6
finally.
minutes in.
Yeah, but then less than a minute.
Yeah.
Our
Chicago
lead less
comes
less
back
than a
and
minute.
it's, oh great, this again it's gonna be another 2-2 draw like with San Jose was what was on my mind. But
I even missed the goal. I turned around. I didn't even know that the
I
goal
don't know.
happened.
I don't
to
think
tell
half
truth.
the crowd knew that the goal got in. People are still celebrating, and
Yeah, actually, I was very surprised about this game, and I have to admit that this time Keller made the difference. The difference in the game was made by the goalkeepers. Chicago's goalkeeper Hoffel, Keller, very good game. But I think Chicago just doesn't like Seattle too much. Every time they come here, they lose, and it is very difficult for them to play here. And that's, I think, it's something that happen when you have a team that you know that you can beat every time. I think you have a lot of confidence, and right now it is what Seattle really needed to have
Yeah.
confidence.
Yeah, and I mean, great goal again from O'Brien White with a header from 16 yards out.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, a bit at fault by the keeper, but still great goal regardless. And good to see him scoring in the second consecutive game after, his first three just playing horrendously.
And let's say also that the Seattle played without Montero again,
Yeah,
so that's
and I think they took a new approach to this game too. If you watch how they're playing, it's a lot more dynamic. The players are swapping positions. Freiberg and Zakuani were switching sides, and Rosales was able to kind of switch with them as well. So I think Montero being out actually freed up the team a little bit to move. And
Who gets out for Montero to come back?
that's the tough question. Everybody's playing really well right now, so it's a matter. Do you drop Rosales? Probably not. I mean, he's already a crowd favorite, and I think he's played pretty solid.
I think it's going to be Freeberg.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, we will end up with Evans and Alonso
Mhm.
playing defense. We've been having just one real defender guy, but now I think that with Evans and Alonso, it'll give consistency to the defense. And then you can have
And as we've seen that calls into question how we've given up goals this past game. Maybe it's that lack of
but
central midfielder.
honestly, I wouldn't take out Freeberg, even though he missed that incredible goal. But because I think maybe White is going to be out, and trying to put Zakuan in the middle of the offense and Montero behind him. You really need someone in the midfield. And Freeberg, he missed a very easy goal, but he does a lot of work. He runs a lot, and
True.
I think he really needs to be in the field.
But I think that ultimately we're still missing a striker, that reference guy
Yeah.
in the
And I think
box.
that's the role Brian White's trying to take up is that target striker. Trying to hold up the ball more.
And that's why I would keep him for at least for now. But again, as I said, I would like to see the Sounders bringing Jô from Manchester City. I think he'll be a good player here.
Yeah, I think it's it's the first victory for Seattle, but I think they are the team with more games in MLS, 5 so far.
5 games.
So
I mean, with that, we can look at the table
Yeah.
here real quick. So in the West, we have RSL as the only undefeated team still and competing in the Champions League, representing the MLS, which is awesome. We see that-
First U.S. team to be in the final in a long time, since 2000, I believe.
yeah, since LA.
Since LA with
Yeah.
Ziggy.
And so, I mean, their chance to win the title and really bring some recognition to the league.
MLS.
And go play
And-
in the World Tournament, the FIFA World Tournament.
And RSL is looking pretty strong this season. I mean, they just beat New England 2-0 with mainly their kind of B team. Which
Yeah,
is impressive.
last year they were playing very well. So
Yeah.
since they grew from the point when they won 2
Yeah.
years ago,
Yeah.
they kept the consistency throughout the season. Lost for because it is a playoff.
Yeah, and what's remarkable as well is their coach was actually their prior captain, So it's been a seamless transition from the team to
It's like a Guardiola
leadership.
story then.
Yeah.
yeah. So props to Jason Kreis for doing such an outstanding
Who they
job
play
so far.
with in Champions League? Who is the
Monterrey. So Monterrey
Monterrey.
was in our group.
Oh, in our group, yeah.
You get revenge.
Yeah.
And actually, I was not that impressed by that team, even
No,
though I
no,
don't
no.
know how many good players were playing in
Well,
Seattle at that time.
Suazo is always a dangerous player.
Yeah, so it will be very interesting. It will be very important, as you say, that an American team is going to win the CONCACAF and then going to play in
It would elevate the
Cup.
name of the MLS. I think it would be great.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
And how we're doing in the
The East. So Philadelphia on top. Yeah. So they're doing real well. They pulled out a win against New York this
unbelievable.
weekend.
Their local
kind of
rivalry.
fortunate. A terrible giveaway by the New York defender for an easy goal, but yeah, they're still pulling strong. New York. I know we all had said that
New York is looking like
they were
those
going to be
teams
a
that
championship
invest.
team, but
Doesn't
yeah.
look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they miss something again. You never know what happens in the locker room. Maybe they don't like the idea to have so many important players, and it's
Yeah.
like what happened with Beckham when he left for AC Milan, and all the players say, "Oh my gosh, we don't get a lot of money. This guy can do whatever he wants." And maybe I think the same thing is happening in New York.
Yeah, I mean, they're a dynamic team offensively. You look at their
Yeah.
weapons: De Rosario, Thierry Henry, Juan Agudelo, and Dean Richards, and
But I would expect it defensively because
yeah, and so defensively they have Marquez, and
I
but-
think it's also the way you approach MLS. So I don't. I want to say that I play in a minor league here in Seattle, and if you come here with the idea that you have skills and you can play with Americans without physical, being physical, then you're gonna be in trouble. And if Henry thinks that he can play just because he's been one of the best. Striker in the world. He really is going to have to have a good defender. It's very
Yeah.
physical, and they don't let you pass, and that's maybe what's happening.
Rosales just gave an interview after this game when asked what is the big difference between he played in big leagues like Holland and Argentina, and when asked like what's the big difference with the league here with the MLS, and he said it's the physical preparation, the physical stamina. So he said there might be some differences in the technique level as well, but mostly what makes the biggest impact for him to adapt was the physical intensity of the game.
Absolutely, they play like Premier League here. If I really have to compare to some league,
It's the constant
yeah,
back and
absolutely.
forth.
They're very strong. They're very physical. It's not going to be easy for a very talented player to come here.
Yeah.
So for this one, I think Seattle has a very good player, which is Montero. He now has been 3 or 4 years in MLS, right? And he has the skill, but he knows also how to play in this league.
Mhm.
And I don't think too many teams have a player like Montero.
So we'll see with him coming back and with the team finally kind of clicking in the offense. See if we can get some positive results.
Absolutely.
Also, like I
With
said,
Tyler Van Dyke.
allowing us to kind of cover our middle a little bit better, since we won't be so stretched in our formation.
Absolutely. Well, and now next game we will see how it goes. We have now a victory in the pocket. We were 2 ties and 2 losses, and now I think that once the gates are open, we can pass another few wins and more goals into those gates. With that, we'll close the first segment of Forever Football Show, and we'll be back very shortly to talk about the European leagues.